learn, we are not going to code anything. Before getting into code, before becoming a complete Android developer, we should know some terms, right? So, say for example, as an Android developer, we should not call it anything as an image. So, if we see some image means we used to call it as image, right? That's and all. Um, we the Android people don't call it as an image. We just call it as a view, right? So we should follow some culture in order to represent everything. So us like people, like simple people, we should not call it as a screen, or we should not call it as a button. So that are all useless. If you are a developer, you should always have some norms, right, in order to represent something. Okay, so that's what we are going to do today. So, so I'm going to share one of my app so that I had built before. Okay, so I think it's visible to everyone. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so see here, you can. Uh, these six apps are built by me, so almost it's almost 1 month before. Okay, let me first click. This is a simple. This is a splash screen. Okay, this is a simple sticker app. This is the app that I had built for the first time in my life. Yeah, but I don't know what the source code. Where should I get the source code like that steps? So can I able to make a app on my own like that steps had went in my mind. So, but now I'm holding my own sticker app. So here you can see trending stickers. So this is a title. So this is not title column, title row. Here we will be calling this as a particular strand. So say for example, here you can see there are a number of stickers, right? So these are will be called as a recycler view. Yeah, of course. Here you can see they are refreshing, right? They are not static, they're dynamic. So they're refreshing. You can see that refreshment, right? So this is just a recycle view. So by this we can you can understand that okay, we are now seeing a recycle view. Whenever you open an app as an Android developer, you are the Android developer, right? You are a future Android developer. So you will be called as okay, oh they gave an recycle view, but here you can see this is not a recycle view. This is also a list, right? Say for example, here you can see there are four items in a list, but this is not a recycler view. Yeah, because they are not fading, right? They are not refreshing on their own. So we can simply say this is a list view, and the before we had seen that, right? That's a recycle view. So I'm clicking this private limited company item. So let me click this first. Yeah, here you can see. So let me scroll down now. You can see some animation now. Okay, let me scroll down. Yeah. So what did you seen, right? So because uh, while I'm scrolling down, there are two buttons here, send documents and see pricing button. But while I scroll it down, it went gone. It's like an animation, right? So for a particular animation, if you want to do some animation, so we used to have a constraint layout. So I think yeah. So this is because of animation. There are so many layouts, right? You will be studied in if you are involved in a website development means. So you will be called as a layout, particular layout. So where do we have these much animations? So if you want to implement a particular animation, you need to implement the constraint layout. There are n number of layouts, but you need to choose a constraint layout in order to animate a particular fields. So then here this is when I'm clicking this, yeah, this is also an animation. I'm not talking about these are all just a gif. So I'm not these are the I'm not talking these as an animation. So here you can see that flow, right? These are the animations you can able to give it as an in your app. So there are two things we can able to make an app. One, it's a web app. The web app is what do we say? It is adaptable to every OS, right? So everyone suggests us to create a don't go for any native Android application or native iOS application. Just try to learn the web application. So if we create a web application, it will be adapted to everything, right? Or a computer or a laptop or like that stuffs. So why we are not relying? So why we know that we should not rely on a particular development. We should not rely on particularly Android app. Particularly, we should not rely for iOS app. So let's create a web app, right? So why everyone doing that? Because if you create a web app, so it's something like a website only, right? We can't able to get notifications. So the merchant they can't able to merchandise with your data, right? So say for example, if you're getting a notification from a Facebook, the Facebook app should be installed in your mobile phone, or else even though you what to call even though you log into in your Chrome, so sometimes you may not be receiving those notifications that like you have a friend request, you have a new post to see like that stuff. You can't be able to get the notification. So that only the every companies rely on developing their native Android app, native iOS app. We can so nowadays we used to have a dot language. So this dot language is especially meant to develop a mobile application for both Android and iOS. So not bothering any other Xamarin apps like that stuff. So dot language, which helps to develop both. I'm not considering the Kotlin language, so it's also called dot language. So we will be implement using the dot language in Flutter application. So I think you well know about Flutter app development. So if we create a Flutter uh, app, so we can able to install in Android OS and also the iOS. But why we are not going for that? Because so we mentioning that it's a native. Native means we will be developing our mobile application for Android platform only. We are not laying on much other platforms. So basically, then we are moving on to this. These are the particular views. So here you can see, you can be able to see, right? It's a card. So I think it's almost visible. Okay, it's a card view. So in the website you also seen these like these, right? It's a card view, and yeah, then it's a simple text box. So here you can see I just designed and elevated it means, so you are seeing some shadows right here. You're seeing some shadows, right? So not like this like what to say, like 2D animation, right? So like that stuff we'll be relying on elevation. So if we increase some elevations, you will be seeing the shadow of a particular view. These are all view, right? And here you can see the image view and text view. This is the text view. So I think you may ask, these gifs are what is it, designed by me or not? No, I didn't design these gifs, so I'm not a GIF developer, right? So you may, if you want. So why I'm telling this? I'm not instead of teaching anything, because these stuffs attracted me to develop the Android app. These stuffs pushed me to, oh, come on, you need to develop like this. So how to do it? How to do it? Like that stuff. It just motivated me to develop this. Here you can see this is a whole text view. So now you're seeing that I am scrolling down and down. Okay. So we are in a scroll view. So there are n number of views, right? Image view, text view, a particular GIF image view. So GIF view, like that stuff are there in this particular view. These are the things are held up in a GIF image. Okay. So then what I'm trying to tell means, so for a particular app, for the particular page, this is a particular activity. This is one of our activity. We have in the before session we seen a particular activity. It's a main activity, right? So main activity alone. it's just a main activity. It takes almost 1 week to design like this for me to develop a particular Android app. So say for example, here you can see, for more info, please visit this website. So here, this is also a text view, right? So now I'm going to click this. Okay. So let me click this. I'm clicking the here and here. So it's not happening anything. So but I'm going to click here. So it's opening my website. It's a web browser. Okay. Yeah, that's it. It's opened now. Okay. If you are a web developer, I'm going to give you one surprise. You can, if you are a web developer, I'm damn sure you can be able to develop an Android app. Yeah, that's it. So because let me tell how it is going to be. So I worked in a company called Elcado. So they asked me to develop a Android WebView mobile application. So let me open Elcado. So this company situated in Kuwait, near Abu Dhabi. Let me open this app. So this is just a splash screen. Okay, this is we are loading a web page behind the scenes. Yeah. See, managed to develop a website which will adapt exactly to the mobile application. See here. So here they are implemented so many web views and web stocks like that stuffs. Okay. So it's just a website. You can type elcado.com. So you will be getting this page exactly in your mobile phone in your browser if you search it. So this is just a 2 MB mobile 2 MB mobile application. So what everyone relies on that means, say for example, um, a particular app holds almost 20 MB. So okay, let's take an example of about 60 MB mobile application. Okay, so you are going to use that particular mobile application, but you are out of storage, right? So you don't consider to download it 60 MB. So instead, if you want to download it means, I'm talking about a particular situation only. I'm not a, so you may be having an infinite storage like that stuff. So I'm not relying on that. So in a particular situation, you may have out of storage like. So in that way, this Elcado company made me to develop Android WebView software, Android WebView mobile application. It's just about 2 MB. So even this 2 MB cost, when I'm opening the Elcado app, so you may seen a splash screen, right? That this man comes and shows some gun, right? So that gifts alone took 1 MB because we need to provide some high quality gifts, right? So whether a particular member may took a tablet, so the picture should not break out, right? So for a particular purpose, the GIF alone took 1 MB, and the app took 1 MB to build a Gradle, and it almost took 2 MB to solve a problem. But before that, they rely on almost 80 MB to show uh, some poor application which consumes more battery power, and they got so many problems regarding that. But after they built a particular website which is adaptable to every mobile phone and tablet, they solved that problem. So why I'm insisting you that means, here there may be so many web developers, right? So don't worry about that. If you know a little bit Android Studio software, you can easily make a website and attach that particular website in a web view. That's it. You solve the problem. You should not be able to study anything in the Android Studio. Okay. Then here. So this is a sign-in page. Okay. So here you can see this is a status bar. So we can able to change the particular status bar color. Yeah. Whenever we need. Here I'm using stars orange. Like this is the orange color. We used to call the particular color as a hex code only. Okay. Then this is the image view. This is a text view, particular text view. So here you can see the background image. This is as a whole, it's a background image. Here you can see some views are coming out, right, as a 3D image. So let me click sign in now. 987654210. So this is just a fake phone number. So since I'm a developer, I made it like that. Wait a minute. Yeah. OTP is also 123456. Yeah, I yesterday I said right. Okay. So okay. Now this is one edit text, and these are the list of edit text. Okay, here you can see we already talked about the constraint layout. There are three important layouts in Android development. First one is constraint layout. Second one is linear layout. Third one is relative layout. Okay, constraint, linear, relative. So I already told that constraint layout is specially meant for animation. And now we are going to talk about the linear layout. So here you can see these are all positioned in a linear manner, right? So they're making their position in a one by one. So full name only this edit text after this edit text, and it's further moving downwards one by one, right? So here I also implemented the scroll view. Here you can see I'm scrolling up and down. So in a particular scroll view, I had implemented this image view and this edit text, and this is called spinner. This is a spinner view. So here you can see if I select a Mangalore, so because this app is available for a particular Mangalore taluk, then I will be getting, yeah. So now I need to choose the junction. So these are the list view, right? So yeah, I already thought you right. These are the list view. These are not a recycle view. There are two things you can be able to list out with the help of list view and recycle view. There are two things you can able to list out: recycle view and list view. Recycle view is specially meant for particular. Say for example, you will be seeing a Swiggy app, right? You will be using Swiggy app. So in that Swiggy app, every time you open, there may be different offers. So how are they coming? They are listing out the figure. They are refreshing. If you are refreshing the, if you are refreshed the recycle view, it will be pops out new things, right? So regarding so many offers, that will not happen. What to say? We can't be able to do a particular job with the help of a common list view. So we need to upgrade the list view into the recycler view. Okay, so recycler view is specially meant for refreshment. Okay, so you can able to refresh and see new things in a particular list. So okay, let me choose Karnat. It's a junction. Here we will be loading our sand and the deliver point. So I think it's loading. Okay, so that's what here they are not seeing anything. So I think um, okay. So I think there's a lack of internet, so that's it's not coming. Okay, then here you can see it's a navigation view. So here I'm going to click. So here onwards, if you are teaching someone, explaining someone what's happening in the app, how can you able to log out from the app, like that means you should not tell just swipe left, swipe right, and you will be seeing this pops out will become. So you should not tell like that. You should represent it as a navigation view. So just click this button and you will be get a navigation view, and there is a thing logout settings, my profile, like that stuff will be going on. Okay, so these are the terms you will be using. These it's a button, like that stuff, and I'm going to, okay, my phone number. Oh my god. Okay. Yeah, I think my app crashed out. Okay, let's see it later. Then, so here, this is what we had done in a first session. We had done loaded a app, right? Hello World app. So this is a simple app. I think did everyone exported this first app? Can I get any comments from the text chat box? Did everyone done this? And amazed about this? Yeah, I have built my first app like that. Can I get some comments in the chat box? Yes, wow, Simon, thank you. I think you really loved that. Anyone? So there are almost 18, almost 10 people. Yes. Oh, super, Danesh. Yeah, Ragul. Okay. So now, so I'm not going to teach you anything. Okay. So I'm just facilitating you. You need you the so see if I'm teaching you teach you something, I can be able to teach you in the entire session, but it won't work like that, right? So I need to motivate you. I need to give some amazement to you all. Okay, so you all amazed, right? Then what to do now? Okay, so let's learn something from Android Studio. Okay, so now I'm going to present my Android Studio software. Right, Amit, I'm going to present Android Studio software. So share. Yeah, okay. So we are not going to deal with the main activity. So main activity means we are not going to deal with the Kotlin programming. So just we are going to what to say, parlor some parlor the layout. Okay. So here you can see we talked about three layouts, right? Constant layout, linear layout, and relative layout. There are so many layouts. There are a number of layouts, but I used to we the Android developers used to you give some importance these in these three layouts only. So here you can see the constraint layout. Okay, so let me make it as a linear layout. Okay, wait a minute. Linear layout. Okay, so linear layout. Now I'm going to give three text views. So I'm going to implement three text views. So let me copy it and paste the thing. So here you can see constraint bottom, constraint left to left, constraint right, constraint top. These are all the code words in order to implement the particular constraint views. Okay, constraint views in a sense, the views are present in the constraint layouts. Okay. So let me delete it because these are only rely on constraint layout only. So we don't consider it for linear layout. So because I used to prefer always linear layout than using constraint layout or relative layout because it's somewhat uniform. Session 3. So here you can see it's not. mm, so whenever you are implementing a particular layout, we are implementing a linear layout, you need to give the orientation in a sense, horizontal or vertical. These are the two orientations in our world, right? One only it should be a horizontal one or it should be a vertical one. Okay, let me give some orientation. Yeah. So I'm using Android Studio IDE, right? So I need not bother about a particular Android call and orientation. I am just typing orientation. The Android Studio is suggesting me this. Okay, press enter. Now I'm going to choose vertical. If I choose vertical, session 3, it will looks like a one by one. Okay, so the views will be look like one by one. So let me click vertical, choosing vertical. So here you can see, right? I think, yeah, yeah, it changed now. So now it's in a corner, right? So I'm going to make it is in a center one. So let me. There is a thing called gravity. We used to call this a gravity. So in order to make a particular view, the whole view. What? There's nothing happening. Oh, wait a minute. Gravity. Yeah. Okay. So I think it works. So there's a thing called gravity. So if my gravity is in center, the whole view within the particular layout will be always in a centered position. Okay, it won't be go in a left corner. Okay, so say for example, instead of choosing center, I'm going to choose start. Okay, now what's happening? So it simply went off to the mean position. Now let me come center. Okay, so we'll be having a center horizontal. If you want center horizontal means it will be in a center horizontal position. If you want a center vertical position means if it will be in a left side corner, but in the centered manner. Okay. So say for example, say in center horizontal. Yeah, here you can see this is the horizontal one, right? This is horizontal, but it's being in center. But if it is in a center vertical, it will be here. Yeah, okay. So I think it's boring on seeing a white screen in my mobile application. So let me change it. Let's change the color. So I'm just typing background. Okay, I'm getting background tint mode. So this will be you will be learning this in later. So but we are simply going to change the background color. So I know some stuffs in hex code. So let me give RGB, right. So let's go for green color. 0F0. Yeah, I think, yeah. Wow. Okay. So, but the text colors are somewhat in gray. Let me change text color. I need to simply type text color. So here you have so many options. Text color hint light, like that stuff. So, okay, let me change the text color. Color primary, color accent. So here you can see. So now I'm not teaching to build an app. I'm going to suggest these are the options are available in Android Studio. So let us go. This is a palette. Okay, so here this is a palette. So here we are going to deal here now. So just keeping the development aside. So let's deal with this. Here you can see the manifest. Java, two folders of Java, one will be generated, one automatically generated one. So don't we should not bother about that. So a Rest folder and a Gradle scripts. So let's start with the Android manifest. Okay, so this is the brain of the mobile application. So I already told you yesterday, right? If you are going to ask some permission from the user. So if we are going to use a camera, so say for example, I have implemented a camera in my main activity. Main activity means if I open the app directly, the camera should be pops out. But before, whenever you are opening the camera for the first time, you will be asking that a permission, a new permission to ask. Please allow a camera access, like that stuff. So now I'm going to ask a permission, user's permission. Yeah, it's suggesting me so many permissions. Here you can see read phone state, internet permission, write external storage, manage external storage. These are the things you are going to get permission from the user. So access file location, received SMS, Wi-Fi state. So now I'm going to ask a camera permission, right? But you will be having two cameras, but so I'm totally calling it's a simple camera. Then we need to close this bracket. So manifest, I already told you the manifest is the brain of a mobile application. So I asked this will be helped of okay. With the help of the manifest, you can ask two things. You should register a activity and you can be able to ask permissions. So first thing I asked the camera permission. So the second thing I registered the activities. So say for example, here you can see activity, main activity, right? So this is what we had in our Java class. So Kotlin and Java are more or less same, but there are something different in Kotlin. So it's not something, it's unique then compared to Java. Kotlin is unique. Then so here you can see I have created a main activity, right? I'm going to, okay, this main activity controls r dot layout dot activity main. So r dot layout dot activity main, in a sense, activity main is a layout, right? So when we click here, you can when we click a particular app, so we will be splashing out, and you will be seeing a first page as main activity. Okay, so this is that activity. Yeah, this HTML will be controlled. Say for example, if I'm going to given button, so we should not code, it's not a big deal to code. Okay, so I'm going to design now, so I can be able to choose these options also. Here you can see, if you want button, if you want image view, if you want recycler view, you can able to drag and drop. Okay, so I'm going to choose a button and going to drag it down here. Hey, wait a minute, I think. Hey guys, do you all see my XML file? Please reply in the chat box. Yeah, I think it's somewhat slower. Yeah, I just drag and dropped this button. Okay, so I'm going to drag and drop another button. Yeah, so here you can see, so there are three parts. Code part, so solely I can able to code alone, or I can able to split it up. Whenever I code, is there any changes? Here you can see automatically the button code came out. Okay, so whenever you drop down something, this is what the Wix.com, we used to have a Wix.com for building websites, right? Nowadays it's a somewhat easier one. So this is what Wix.com is doing. Whenever he drops out a particular view, it may be a card view or a text view. So it automatically attaches the um, a code in a particular text file. So it may be a HTML file like that stuff. Okay, so we should not rely on that. Then mm, let us give some life to this button. Okay, so here whenever you are representing a particular button, so you should give the ID. So can let me delete this. So I'm going to give a button. So here you can see there are two things: layout width and layout height. For everything, text view or a particular layout, there are two things should be considered for a particular view. So layout width means it's a usual thing only. Width means transparent. Height means it's wrap content. Okay, say for example, let me give the width as 50 dp. Okay, I think, yeah, then let me make it as 500 dp. No, let me make it as 150 dp. Okay, the width of the particular button is 150 dp now. Okay, and height of the button will be also 150. Now I should get a rectangular output of a button. Yeah, yes. So now I'm getting rectangular output of a button. Let me zoom it and show you. Okay, so now I need to give some life to this button, right? So in order to identify Mr. Button, so I'm going to give you a name. It's called, we are building a first button, right? This is my first button. It should be unique wherever you created a button in which activity. Okay, so whenever you should rely on a unique ID for a particular every button, for each buttons. So this particular layout is controlled by this activity. Okay, so we have registered set content here. Set content in a sense, we are setting every content in this view. We are controlling every views with the help of this Kotlin package. Kotlin, what to say? Yeah, main activity dot kt Kotlin. Then now I am going to register a button. So let me first start button kt. So before we are going to provide a particular action to the button, let's create a new activity. Okay, so because when what I'm going to try means, so whenever I click a button, so so for example, in my mobile application, I touched one thing, right? These are all considered as a button. Say for example, everything is considered as a button. Let us take an example. So if I click a particular button, so it just takes us to another activity. So another page, right? Another page in a sense, it's another activity. So now we are in a main activity. So let us create another activity. Let us name it as second activity. Okay. New Kotlin. Let's create a, yeah, copy and paste. Let's make it as second activity. Okay, I'm going to name it as second activity. So now I will be getting, okay, there are two activities. First one is main activity and second one is second activity. Okay, so we have only one layout. It will be controlled by the main activity only. So now I am going to create another activity. So going to new and creating layout resource file. Yeah. Okay, file name will be activity second. Say if I'm going to type it as a type it, so we can able to name the Kotlin app with the in a camel casing, or we can use capital letters, but in the layout .xml file we should not name it in a we should not use the capital letters within the word. Okay, say for example, if I type here, you can see A is not a valid file based resource name character. Okay, so it's reporting right to us, right? So we should always name the XML file in small letters. So it's a culture to follow that. We should always, we'll be naming a particular layout as activity main, activity second, activity sign in page, activity registration page, like that stuff. So you can able to name it as on your own. Okay, that's not considered here. So here you can see by default, we are holding a constraint layout here. So now I'm going to change directly from here as a linear layout. Okay. Then clicking OK. Okay. Now I'm going to click OK. Yeah. We got a simple. We got directly linear layout, right? So now let's give a to identify this. Let's have text view. So when I click to the text view, automatically I am asking that what's the width and what's the height. So now I'm going to tell you, right, what's the meaning of a match parent, what is the meaning of a wrap content. There are two things only. We will be rely on this. There are two things: match parent and wrap content. Match parent means it will let me show you the differences first. Text in activity and layout gravity. So I'm going to set the layout gravity center. The linear layout gravity center. Now I think we got size, text size. Let's call it as DP 50 DP. Okay. Here you can see this is a match parent. Let's make the width as a wrap content. Okay. Yeah. And height as a wrap content. Yeah, that's it. Did everyone got it? So wrap content means just like wrapping. Say for example, in Aladdin there is a mat, right? That's a magical mat. So it just wrap it around, right? It's just wrap it around like that steps only. It's like a Aladdin magical mat. So we are going. If we suggest the view, if we suggest the text view, please make it as a wrap view like that stuff. So say for example, if I'm going, let me reduce the size of a text view. So let me make it as 30 dp. So now you can see, right? So it's just wrapping it automatically. Now I'm going to make the width as a match parent. Match parent means it's wholly matching the width of your mobile phone. Whether it may be a 5.7 like that stuff, it's just matching based on your mobile phone. See, it matches around. I think it's loading. Yeah, here you can see it matches entirely. It matches everything. So let me always usually use a wrap content. So just I use the wrap content. So let us give a background color. Background. Let's have F. F sorry. Have F of 0. Yeah. Okay. So second activity is an yellow color. Then now, so for the second activity, so if we click a button in the main activity, so here you can see a main activity. We just implemented a button. So when it is clicked, we need to move on to a second activity from the main activity, right? So let's initialize the button first. Okay, first val. um, so button one dot set on click listener. I didn't initialize that. It will be automatically initialized. Let me tell you how it will be happen. So here you can see button one. Let me click this, and here if you mistaken anything means you just hover the particular mistaken word, particular word. So here you will be getting one red bulb. So let me just click that. It's suggesting these types: create abstract property button, create local variable button one, like that stuff. So let me create a local variable button one, val button one. It's an null. So instead of leaning on button, let me create one method. Wait a minute. Let me create one method. Override function on click. So we are dealing with view, a particular view. Alt enter. Importing view. Okay. So I already told you yesterday, right? Class main activity extending we are extending the app connectivity, a bridge between the OS and the app, and we are calling a view dot on click listener class. So here you can able to drag and went through what are the codes are written in on click listener like that. I think it's loading now. Wait a minute. Yeah, okay. Here you can see on click listener is an interface. So we are just calling an interface from this main activity. Okay. So now let me override the view by clicking a button when r.id dot we just give is we need to give my first button. So yeah, here you can see I just typed my, so it's suggesting our ID, right? Our button ID. When we click, so yesterday we saw the functionality of the when statement, right? So it's more or less like a if statement, first statement. When r.id.my first button is clicked, so I need to move my activity to another activity. My mean activity, my mean in a sense, it's a stable one, right? It's the starting point. So I need to change from a mean position to the another position. So for that, I need to create an intent. So here you will be there are two intent. There are two types of. You need to uh, get an intent. So intent in a sense, hey buddy, please let me come into your room, like that stuff. So that's what we need to intend to ask the particular activity, let me come to your room, like that stuff. So that it's a simple concept, intent. There are two types of intents: implicit intents, explicit intents. Implicit intents means um say we are dealing with implicit intents. Say for example, when you have clicked the share button. Say for example, if you are viewing a picture, so there is a thing called in the layout, particular layout, the particular layout viewing an image in the WhatsApp. It holds image share button, right? So when you click that share button, there is a thing will pop out. It will list out what are the apps that you have to go to. Shall I share it in Instagram or Facebook or Gmail? Like that steps will be rolled out, right? When you click that share button, you will be getting those icons in a particular layer upon this. So that is dealing with the explicit intents. Explicit means in Tamil வெளிப்படையாக, like that stuff. வெளிப்படையா உங்களுக்கு வந்து அந்த intents வந்து வரும். Implicit intentsனா மறைமுகமா நமக்கு அந்த intents வந்து வரும். So now when we dealing with a mobile application, we will go for implicit intents. So I'm creating an intent. Value intent is equal to intent packet. So this. So here you can see Android.content. When I hover that intent, so it shows a red error, right? So it's in a red color, so it holds some error. So in order to sort, so before that, I need to import the import library, intent library, right? I need to import the intent library. Let me just place my cursor in the intent and click Alt Enter at the same time. It suggests these options, and I'm just clicking import. Yeah, it's imported. Yeah, now it's imported. Here you can see import android.content.intent. So now intent we are opening on bracket, and this represents a particular activity. This means this activity, this main activity. Okay, so now we are jumping on to a next activity. It's a second activity. So we need to get the second activity dot so double colon. So once we put double colon, so we need to tell that it's a class dot Java file. It's a class dot Java file. So we should not rely on Kotlin or Java. So Kotlin is extracted from Java only, but it has some cool features when compared to Kotlin, Java. Okay. Now we need to start the activity. Start activity. Intent. So we need to call this particular intent here. Okay. Now um, so without bothering the value, I got some error like this. Copy, paste. Start activity. Inactivity dot this. I'm getting this error. Um, okay, I don't know what is happening here. So it should didn't have any. It's a simple thing only, so it shouldn't have any errors. But I don't know what is problem behind this. So okay, I think it's almost 6:3. So if I exported the particular app, it at least takes 15 minutes. Then okay, Vaishnavi, shall we shall we wind up the session and make another session tomorrow like that?
Okay.
Okay, if you done any apps, if you exported any app from Android Studio, you just share the particular app in my Gmail account, or just take if you don't know how to share the app via Gmail, means just take the screenshot of your app and send it to me. Okay, it's more likely to be very happy for me. Okay, today Wednesday, right? So tomorrow please try to complete the get the 8 batches, and we will have what to say, a fun session on Friday evening. So what do you think about it? So shall we have session on Friday, so without bothering the internals? So if you complete, if you done any app, if you exported any app, so just send a screenshot or a particular app, so that I can able to debug the particular app and tell what are the steps you can do in extra. So from my side, I'm suggesting you to learn every particular. Say for example, if you want to provide a particular text in your layout in your first page, so in your own language. So if you want to give a particular text, you just learn first, and one by one we can able to. So then you will have some perfect mind. Yeah, I can be able to design any apps. So hey, do you want to design WhatsApp? So let me also can do. Yeah, there are n number of WhatsApp in different phases, like, right? So you can also approach GitHub. So there are so many to learn via GitHub, Stack Overflow, and you can take any courses regarding this. So instead of taking much courses, you so in courses means that there will be one teacher. He will be taking almost a record his recorded video almost 1 month, I think. So I had taken the video sessions only for in order to improve my knowledge. But after that only I realized that my friend suggested that, hey, please use website, man. I just learned what he had done in 1 hour. I just learned in 10 to 15 minutes, because he's somewhat insisting that much in the video. So instead of going for video, you can learn so many documents. You can refer so many documents in the internet, everything for free, right? Okay. So so now I am third year. So I am struggling that. So I am filled with lots of projects that also affecting my academics. So please be, if you are in the first year or second year, I'm suggesting you to learn from that time onwards, okay. So don't rely on, so I am a first year, so I need to learn first Java. Okay, so you can learn Java. I learned the Java within 1 week. Okay, so I didn't at that time I didn't do anything. I just concentrated to learn Java, because learning Java, it's not my achievement, it's not my goal. I need to create a mobile application. So basically I am a Java Android developer, but nowadays I am also learning Kotlin with you. So I am also learning with you all. It is amazing. While working on Android study jams. So I think you also so please mention in the chat box, can you able to do create an app email today? If us means, can please mention it in the chat box. I'm not going to get anything from you, but it's somewhat happy to make me like, right? So if us means, please say as, so I can able to. Okay, thank you, Danesh. Yes, yeah, Simon. Yeah, I think I'll receive two mails from you all guys. Super. So then one thing I need to mention here. So I also try to make an app like Signal, app like that stuff, app like WhatsApp in a more secure manner. But I thought, so people are already having a WhatsApp, already having a Facebook, already having a Clash of Clans like that. Okay, so please make your creativity much more better. So don't rely on making a WhatsApp or anything. So start from a new thing. Okay. So even now we are not having a messenger. So say for example, if there are two people, one is Chinese and one is Japanese. So both the A and B persons don't know either of the same languages, right? So how can they communicate? So if a person sends a Japanese message to a Chinese, it should automatically turns into his own language, right? Whether it's a Chinese, it should automatically convert it's into Japanese for a Japanese person. So that's what I also built in my app, but I didn't release or didn't upload it in the Play Store. If you've done any creative manner, just hold on to yourself, because there are what to say. Say for example, there are so many pirates to grab your knowledge from the internet resources. So you should also make your creativity secured. Okay, so you should grab that fruit, so others should not. Okay, please make your creativity more secure and safer. So you need to always sharpen your minds. So let's see in another sessions. Okay, it may be Friday or Saturday, Sunday. Okay, we will reach you out via university mail. Thank you.